Hey guys, would you like to know about a SaaS business whose retention numbers are so amazing that even 8 years after a cohort joins the platform, the number of paid users from that cohort keeps increasing? And that happens because the number of free users who convert into paid users actually is higher than the number of paid users who drop off. I'm going to tell you about this company and everything you need to know about this business. But before we dive in, can I request you to gently take your cursor to the like button and smash the like button? Our team puts a lot of effort in creating these deep dive research videos, and it really helps if you like these videos. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm. So without further ado, let me dive in. The name of the company is WIX. It's an Israel-based company listed in NASDAQ, and their company's tagline says, discover the platform that gives you the freedom to create, design, manage, and develop your web presence exactly the way you want. Now, a quick disclaimer, please note that none of our videos are recommendations. This is purely for education and analysis purpose. So remember to do your own due diligence. Now, we break up our research into several videos. This is the summary overview. We also take a deep dive in analyzing the moats and competitive advantages of the business. We look at the industry, the competitors. No investment comes without a risk. So we also take a deep dive into the risks with this business. We research the management in fair amount of detail, and then we look at the financials. And we also give you our approximate idea about the valuation of the business. So we have put the link to our multi-bagger research series in the description section below. So after you watch this video, do go and click that link, and there you will have access to all these other individual sections. Now imagine you're an individual or a small business owner. How do you build and maintain your website? You do all that using WIX. WIX helps you to build better websites, helps you to build them faster and without coding. Now, let's quickly watch this video that was published by WIX, and that will give you a good idea about the capabilities of the WIX platform.
With Wix, you can create a professional website that looks stunning. Just go to wix.com. The best part is you can update it and keep it fresh whenever you want. I like changing up the background. It instantly gives my site a whole new look. I constantly add new photos. Here are some of my latest, which I love. I always wanted to start my own blog. This would be the perfect place. I've got this new project going on, so I'll add a new section here, and I'll put in all the details. Let people find you online. Wix SEO Whiz helps you grab those top search results. It looks amazing. I'm so happy I did this.
Some quick facts. Wix is based in Israel, founded in 2006, listed in 2013. As of February 2021, it has a market cap of just below $20 billion, 180 million users, out of which 5 million are paid subscribers. And their users are spread across 190 countries. So that shows you how global the business is. It's a leading global cloud-based web development platform, which provides ease of use and drag and drop features. So with Wix, what you see is what you get. Now, these are the various modules that Wix offers. I will subsequently cover each of them and tell you what each of these modules do. They have recently launched their verticals and payment solutions, which is basically an ERP-like system where the verticals help with the average revenue per user. It helps in better retention and also user satisfaction. Now, the Wix solution targets the entire spectrum from novice to expert users. On the novice end of the spectrum lies the Wix ADI, which helps users to get online fast. Then you have the templates where the users get to stand on the shoulders of giants. The Wix editor offers total design freedom. The business-ready components offers out-of-box solutions, and COVID by WIX allows website creation without limits. So that's targeted to the experts. Now, late 2015, they launched the WIX editor, which is intended for full website creation targeted at users with basic, average, or above average technology skills. It's basically a drag and drop visual development and website editing environment, complete with high quality templates, graphics, image galleries, and fonts. In 2016, they launched the WIX ADI, which is intended for fast website creation. Users can create a complete and personalized website tailored for their specific needs, literally in minutes. In 2017, they launched the WIX Code, which was subsequently renamed as COVID by WIX. By the way, recently they have renamed it again because the name sounds very similar to COVID, and I think it's a very sensible decision after the pandemic. So COVID allows users to extend the functionality of their online presence. Creators, designers, and developers can take advantage of a serverless development environment that features an array of advanced functions to create content-rich custom websites and web applications. In 2018, they launched the Ascend by Wix, which offers users access to a suite of about 20 products and features, enabling them to easily connect with their customers, generate more traffic, automate their work, and grow their business, including capabilities to manage all their customer interactions, capture leads, build relationships, take payments, run email, social, and video campaigns to promote their businesses. And the best part of it is all in one place. The Wix Payments was launched in 2019, which facilitates payment collection by the website owners from their users via major credit cards, debit cards, and also through other payment processing solution provided by Wix. And in Jan 2020, they launched the Editor X, which is intended for advanced users such as partners, agencies, Wix experts, offers advanced design and layouting capabilities. So that's how their innovation timeline looks like. They launched the Wix e-commerce module in June 2020, delivering the must-have e-commerce capabilities to over 500,000 merchants who are customers of Wix. Now, many of the other companies, in fact, many of the well-known names, they have all tried to do what Wix has done, but they have not been successful. Apple, Microsoft, Intuit, Adobe, they have all had their own versions of a web development platform. But product innovation is not very easy, and Wix has been extremely successful in what they do. They have a freemium pricing model. Their website building platform is available at $10 to $27 per month for the annual plan, and their business solutions offering is available between $18 to $38 per month for the annual plan. So we can see that the pricing is actually very reasonable. And we will later see that Wix actually has quite a bit of pricing power. Their marketing team and the chief marketing officer just has one KPI, which is to achieve a TROI of 7 to 9 months. What is TROI? It is the time to return on marketing investment. So for every dollar of marketing investment that Wix makes, they target to generate a dollar worth of collections within 7 to 9 months. And after that, it's just the cream. So for example, if in Q1 of a year, they spend $10 million in marketing investments, their cumulative collections in Q1 is around $6 million. By Q2, it goes up to $8 million. And by Q3, they have collected back the $10 million that is spent. So Q4 and beyond, they keep collecting, and that's basically the cream. So because of this model, they really don't have any limit to the amount of marketing investment that they can make. So as long as the lifetime value of their subscribers is more than their acquisition cost, they should be fine with increasing their marketing spend. And that is exactly what they have been doing. They spend a significant amount of their revenue in marketing. So their cohort behavior is very consistent, and they actually have negative churn over an 8+ year period. We already mentioned this, that uh, the number of free users converting into paid users is actually higher than the number of paid users dropping off. So here in this picture, each colored line represents one cohort, and we can see that the behavior of each cohort is very consistent. So this picture captures all the cohorts since 2010. So let's look at this example. Now, if we look at the Q1 cohort of 2012, there were 33,747 paid users in that quarter. Now, after 4+ years, they have retained 104% of that number, which means the number of paid users from the users who joined the platform in that cohort went up to 35,326. And that retention percentage is 102% even after 6+ years. So that's how amazing their retention numbers are. Now, if Wix stopped accepting all new users after Q3 2020, from the users who are already present on their platform, they would generate a cumulative collections of $9.2 billion. That is the expected future collections over the next 8 years from existing cohorts. And this collection figure actually is expected to increase over time. Now, a couple of years back, this figure used to be $4.3 billion. That is, if Wix stopped accepting new users after Q1 2018, then the future expected collections from all previous cohorts would have been $4.3 billion. Whereas now that has increased to $9.2 billion. And that shows how Wix has managed to enhance the customer lifetime value from each new cohort. So these are the growth drivers. The growth mainly comes from the number of premium subscribers and the average collection per subscriber. Now, you'll hear that we keep talking in terms of collections. A very significant percentage of that collections gets converted into revenues. Now, number of premium subscribers, it's driven by the number of registered users, the conversion rate that they achieve on the number of free users, and also better retention. They increase the number of registered users through better branding and marketing, and also through new languages that they keep launching. So launching Wix ADI across all the non-English speaking countries significantly increases the number of registered users on their platform. Their conversion rates are improved by better products and better targeted marketing. And they also achieve better retention through improved product fit. And all this is guided by their the TROI guidelines of 7 to 9 months. There are multiple ways in which they enhance the average collection per subscribers. Now, the collections from subscribers, they keep going up as Wix keeps doing price increases for their subscription offerings. And along with that, they also keep changing the mix. So by offering a higher mix of higher price tiers, they manage to increase the collection. And they do have some amount of pricing power, which they achieve by offering more and more improved products over time. And they enjoy quite a lot of customer stickiness. So through that, they enhance the collections per average subscriber. Along with that, they also enhance the adoption of other products, and that increases the average revenue per subscribers. For example, launching the verticals, including e-commerce or Wix payments or third-party apps, etc. So they keep launching these new product verticals, and they also achieve better collections per subscriber by offering their yearly and multi-year subscription packages. So the collection per average subscriber is higher from the yearly and multi-year subscriptions as compared to the monthly subscription packages. So they operate in a large market, which is the current market size is $30 billion. But after launching Corvid by WIX, they have managed to increase the total market size by 10x to $300 billion. Now, this was not possible earlier. And this is what Nir Zohar, their CEO, said, that a large part of why we are so excited about Corvid is because it helps to expand our TAM significantly. Now, their revenue currently is about $800 million in 2019, actually less than 800 million. So that's just 0.3% of their total TAM. So they have the very, they're operating not only in a very large market, they have a very long growth runway ahead. So they are planning to achieve this. They are planning to take advantage of this large market size and the long growth runway through their various offerings, the vertical ERP offerings, their offerings of marketing capabilities, their mobile offerings, customer management modules, and also the communication modules. So that's how they allow their users to manage and grow their businesses. Now, whenever we look at an internet-based business, we always go and look at the historical search trends. And it becomes very clear that WIX has been enhancing their market share. So the purple line is GoDaddy and the blue line is WIX. And we can see since 2014, GoDaddy's market share has been diminishing and it has been stagnant, whereas WIX has significantly enhanced their market share right from 2004. Now, in this picture, we compare WIX with WordPress, which is the green line, which is still the market leader. But we can again see that after a peak in 2014, the search volumes for WordPress has been going down, whereas WIX and Shopify has seen significant amount of gains in search volumes. Now, this picture also tells us that in 2014-15, WIX was one of the smallest, but as of now, they have significantly enhanced their market share, and it's one of the largest simple codeless DIY provider right now. Now, the best part about WIX is their gross profit margin, and we can see that their gross profit margin is significantly higher than all the other competitors. Even Shopify gross profit margin is much less. And I will later tell you why in the last couple of years, WIX saw a slight drop in the gross profit margin. But you can see from the early years that the growth rates in gross profit for WIX has been significantly higher than the largest competitor. Now, this is their management team. Avishai Abrahami is their CEO, fairly young, and he founded the business in 2006 along with the other co-founders, Giora Kaplan and Nadav Abrahami, who also happens to be Avishai's brother. So there are three brothers in the company. Yoav Abrahami is their chief architect, and their CEO is Nir Zohar, who is also married to Hagit Zohar. Hagit is the VP of Design and Brand. Their CFO, Lior Shemesh, went on record saying that he considers this as a family, and he can't imagine leaving them even if offered $100 million. So that shows how well knit the team is. And we actually dig more into the management team in our subsequent module on the management team. WIX is a very interesting organization structure which ensures that they're completely aligned with their users. So they have divided themselves into multiple mini companies, and each company has a head, and the company head reports to a chairman who is part of the management team. So between the company head and the chairman, they can make almost any decision. So within each mini company, they have the verticals, which is the gang, and they also have a product team. And across the companies, they have what they call as the guild. So they have a guild leader and the guild master. They have the cross engineering teams where all the talent hiring, the resource allocation, that is done. So all the products essentially share the same infrastructure. And This org structure enables them to uh, ensure that number one, there is no silo that gets created, and also they are able to completely align themselves with the end user requirements. Now, they have very high ratings on Glassdoor. Avishai has approval rating of 97%, which is phenomenal. And 79% of WIX employees said that they will refer their friend to the company. So that shows a very high level of confidence in the company. Now, let's take a quick look at their growth figures. As you can see, the growth figures have been absolutely phenomenal. In the last 10 years, their registered users grew over 43%, and their premium subscribers grew over 46%. In the last 5 years, the growth has been in high 20s for the premium subscribers. Their collections, revenue, gross profit, they all have been growing very fast. In the last 5 years, all of them have been in the suburbs of 40%. Now, mind you, at the GAAP level, WIX still shows a net loss, but people who have been following our research, the kind of businesses uh, that we look at, majority of them are subscription based recurring revenue generating businesses, and uh, it's something that we have stated several times in the past, that a GAAP accounting statement has not kept pace uh, with these new business models. A GAAP does not make any distinction between a one-off revenue and a recurring revenue. So we don't worry much about that. We look at the unit economics of these businesses, and as we can see that for a business like Wix, the unit economics is absolutely phenomenal. Their revenues and gross profits, all of them have been growing, and we have talked in terms of their total collections. So the revenues are actually a large percentage of the total collections. Now, their gross profit margin has slightly dipped in the last couple of years, but that is because in their business solutions, they have been investing very heavily in customer care, and also their the G Suite and the Wix payments has a slightly lower gross profit margin. But Lior Shemesh, their CFO, said during the 2020 Q3 earnings call that they expect their overall gross profit margins in the short term as well as medium and long term to be around the 80% mark. Their creative subscriptions have been maintaining a gross profit margin of above 80%. Now, the green line here is their R&D expense, and the yellow line is the selling and marketing expense. So you can see that if you look at a gap income statement of Wix, over 73% of their revenues goes in sales and marketing and R&D. Now, we have to understand that a majority of the sales and marketing and R&D dollars that is spent is actually goes in helping future growth. So even though they expense the sales and marketing and R&D fully within the year, and which is what causes the net income to be negative in the gap statement, the correct way of analyzing would be to capitalize a large percentage of that. I mean, this is very similar to a growth capex. Their total operating expense as a percentage of revenue has been coming down, and as we have said, their gross profit margin has been fairly steady. Their G&A has been stable around the 10% mark. So Wix has actually become positive even at a free cash flow level since 2015. And the important thing to note is that the free cash flow has been growing, uh, but that is not aided by working capital changes. It's because of the growth in the core business, so which is a great sign. So that brings us to the end of the summary overview. If you're interested in the other modules, click on the link provided in the description section. That will take you to the multi-bagger research series where you'll be able to access all these other modules. And if you have found this video useful, please go and smash the like button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it'll really help us with the YouTube algorithm. And do subscribe to our channel. You will agree that, while there are lots of investment videos on YouTube and on the internet, but most of them are just dishing out tips. We don't do that. We go to a great length to uh, do deep dive research and provide a detailed understanding about each aspect of this business so that you can be a much more informed investor. And that's the reason it really helps us if our videos are shared. So help us to spread high quality investment education by sharing our videos, and do subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that whenever we come out with a potential multi-bagger research, you will be the first person to be notified. Thank you very much for your time.
For the remaining points of this video, please check them out at our multi-bagger research series at the link in the description below. In that series, we discuss in detail great businesses to own and compound our wealth for the long term. These great businesses have been growing fast in terms of revenue, profits and free cash flows. For example, this global payments company has grown at a compounded annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 60 to 80% from 2014 to 2019. Meanwhile, this technology company has grown its revenue at a CAGR of 80% from 2016 to 2019. And this payments company has grown its revenue and profits at a CAGR of 20+% in the past decade. Do join us in our investment forum on Facebook using the link in the description below, where we discuss lots of interesting businesses and investing concepts.